with Joan and me on a ride up
Cheers.
to Mount Etna, and to 8,000 feet. And this trip is 400 million years in the making. So, Joan, Etna is what?
Etna is always alive. It's the most active volcano in Europe. Did you know?
Yes.
And it's also the most one of the most monitored ones in the world.
Correcto mundo.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it sits above the convergent plate margin,
Right?
which is between the African and the Eurasian plates.
Full. Yeah? Okay.
And it rains about 3,200 meters, or over how many
10,000.
feet? 10,000 feet
Yeah. Hi.
high, and it's looking over the eastern coast of Sicily.
Correct.
And her height going up and down depending on eruptions, or
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, but with close to 11,000, 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
And her regular activity makes her what is called hyperactive. A hyperactive volcano. Yeah.
Something within her is always on the move. And we see it all the time.
Yeah.
And the world thinks Etna is going to blow apart all the time, but we see it.
Yeah, but it's the point is that it's monitored, and it's been active for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years.
Thousands of
it's been
years.
active. So
Ciao.
We start our trip at Piopi and head down the mountain through Montergano. We turn right at Puntalazzo, Michela's butcher shop, heading to Sant'Alfio. The whole trip is a 1-hour drive. The next town we drive through is Sant'Alfio. Sant'Alfio has a wonderful flour mill where we buy our fresh ground flour. It has a beautiful pizza shop called Alpino, where we had a fantastic wood-fired pizza. From here we drive through Milo. It has a restaurant called Quattro Arci di Grasso Rosario. We've been here and it is well worth it. Further, we find Villa Grande, a winery and restaurante, which was host to Orazio and Loredana's anniversary party this summer, in amongst the gardens and ancient vaults where the wine barrels are stored and aged. Our Sicilian friends, Orazio and Loredana, are legends on Mount Etna. Orazio wrote this ballad about Mount Etna. Etna watches proud and grand, garden of this timeless land.
Morning light on cobblestone, Rapasto's heart where time has flown. Shutters creak, a breeze tiptoes, whisper tales of old heroes. Blue sea stretches endless grace, waves embrace the fisher's face. Harbor hums a solemn tune, silver nets beneath the moon. Etna watches proud and grand, guardian of this timeless land. Fire and ice, ancient lore, Etna breathes through every door. Market days with laughter loud, beneath the sun, beneath the cloud. Olive hands and stories thin, echoes from the walls within. Through sea stretches endless grace, waves embrace the fisher's pace. Harbor hums a solemn tune, silver nets beneath the moon. Blue sea stretches endless grace, waves embrace the fisher's pace. Harbor hums a solemn tune, silver nets beneath the moon. Blue sea stretches endless grace, waves embrace the fisher's pace. Harbor hums a solemn tune, silver nets beneath the moon. Watches proud and grand.
We're heading to Zaffarino next. The town of Zaffarino is considered the main town to base oneself on the mountain when visiting the volcano. It consists of beautifully restored old hotels, and there's even a Michelin guide restaurant in one of the hotels. And this hotel is called the Chateau Raleigh Hotel, called Monaci dia Terre Nero, meaning monks of the Black Lands. It has an organic 0-kilometer garden, a spa, and a vineyard. We turn up the mountain at Zaffarino. Next, we drive through the lava flows dating back hundreds of years. The origins of Etna date back 500 million years, with her first eruptions occurring when much of Sicily was still underwater. At that time, Sicily was just a tiny strip of land. In fact, it was not the Sicily as we know it now at all, but more like a promise of what this charming island filled with history and lemon trees would become. Through the moonscape lava fields, we land up at the base of Mount Etna, where the gondola and the jeep tours start at 8,000 feet. The next excursion we are planning with Andrea is a gondola ride to the summit, and from there a jeep tour around the main crater, coming soon. We talk about Etna as she or Mother Etna. Mother Etna is always present, waiting patiently and always providing food, sustenance. These towns and villages we pass through on the winding way up, what we refer to as the base, are dramatic, silent, ancient, and loved like a grandmother. Follow the road trip set to music. Etna, now we can see the entire coastline from Taormina to Catania and far beyond. We see what Etna sees, the big picture, what it feels like the entire southern side of the island. It is a landscape like a real-life topographic map with human life sprouted all around and human colonies on her mighty slopes that soften into valleys, reaching the sea. The landscape is also a showcase of everything Etna has been up to in the past. What remains of the past can now be seen at the shore from Aci Teresa. From this small town close to Catania, you can see 3 prominent sea stacks. Legend has it that these were the great stones thrown at Odysseus by the monster Cyclops. But what they are is what remains of Etna's birth. Their top sandy layers sitting on ancient magma that came out under the sandy bottom of Now we understand why Etna is so loved and feared.